This is the War on Wellness, and I am Penny, also known as Plant Based Penny. I'm here every Wednesday. And so, the question that I have for you today is, can you drink your way to wellness? So, welcome to all those who are joining on my Facebook page, those who are on my YouTube challenge, my YouTube page, and those who are on my Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we're going to talk really quickly to let all of our viewers and family members know the importance of water. And I am going to tell you a really embarrassing story of something that happened to me. And it was just really underscores the importance of the necessity of water. Okay. So, for me, for those of you who don't know, I left my corporate American job and I moved abroad where I learned and practice all things plant-based. So in that process, one thing that I learned in moving to a tropical location, which was Costa Rica, was staying there. I had to increase my water intake. So one, here in the United States, I had a car. In Costa Rica, I didn't have a car. And so I rode a bike. And so I was doing a lot more exertion, a lot more sweating. The weather was hot all the time. So it was necessary for me to drink more water. But I was drinking water at the same rate that I was drinking water in the United States, and that was insufficient. Okay. So what happened to me is I had to end up having a doctor come to my house in the rainforest because I was literally unable to move because I was so compacted. Anyway, I was so constipated that I was in intense pain. And so there were actually several medicine people and those who practice plant-based medicine who gave me remedies of some things to take and to use and to consume that really helped me out. Because the doctor said that my next step was going to be to have to go to the hospital. And trust me, I did not want to have to go to the hospital in a foreign land and in a foreign place where their language was not my first language. So I learned a valuable lesson then, and that is why I seek out water. And I usually only drink something else if I have already consumed my required quantity for the day. So, okay, that's my embarrassing story I'm sharing with you. Hopefully, you can learn from my mistakes so that you will not repeat them. So, I have a question. Can you lose? Somebody's asking, talking about water. Can you lose belly fat drinking water? Great question. So, uh, the answer to that question is that drinking water specifically to lose belly fat won't lead necessarily to fat loss in that specific area, especially if the person has a lot of belly fat to lose. But consuming water and enough water can help you make progress toward your goal of losing pounds and losing them overall. So the question is, do you drink water or can you drink colored drinks or lightly colored drinks? Because there's all kinds of water out there now. There's diet water, there's 0-calorie water, there's all of these marketing ploys that are out there. And I'm here as Plant-Based Penny to help you understand and to be fugicated that everything that looks good is not necessarily good. So you want to make sure that you are reading the back of the label, because even if, and I don't have one of those bottles here, but sometimes I'll go to a conference or some other event and they will supply water, and those bottles of water, if you turn them over, they have ingredients on them. And so they have chemicals that they're in the water. So it's just really important that you understand not all water is equal. So if you know that not all bottled water is equal, then put a 1 in the chat. If you know that there are certain types of water from a big box store or a discount store, or water you may be served in a restaurant or even in your own home, that all water is not created equal, put a 1 in the chat for me. Okay. So someone else has a question. How much water do I need to drink to lose weight? Very good question, because we're all about keeping a healthy weight for our body. So the question is, how much water to drink to lose weight? And the answer is, now that's going to really vary from person to person as far as how much water that is, because everybody is different. And so how much water you need is going to vary. And typically the recommendation is 64 ounces of water for the average person. However, the average person has changed from when that was first instituted, from back in the 1920s, the 1950s, the 1970s, the 90s, the 2000s. The average American is gaining weight. And not only is the average American, because I hate using that term, average American, because the North Americans are not the only Americans in the world. There are Latin Americans and there are South Americans. So the average person is gaining more weight, because even in the countries that I've traveled to, in the 8 countries and 3 continents, the average person who are following the typical Western diet are gaining weight because the foods are becoming more convenient. And so, and specifically for the United States and women in the United States, the average weight is 170 pounds. And so I believe that is a size 14 or 16, depending on the body makeup of the person. So that's according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The average weight is 170.6 pounds. Now, careful to understand that the average is not a measure of health. So one person can be healthy at 170 pounds and another person can be unhealthy at 170 pounds, or even a person can be unhealthy at 100 pounds. And so just because there's a certain weight on the scale, I want to make sure that we're clear that that doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy because you're at a specific weight. So there are top reasons why you should drink water, and drink water daily. One, you don't want to end up like me and having to have a doctor come. Well, they do have concierge doctors here, but most of us in this country have to go to the doctor. But top reasons to drink water. And it's not just because you don't want to end up in the hospital. There are other really simple reasons. It can increase your energy and relieve fatigue. Yes. So number one reason is increasing energy. And a lot of my clients tell me that they don't have a lot of energy, or they feel like they're fatigued. And because our brain is mostly water, then having enough water is going to allow us to focus, it's going to allow us to think, and it's going to give us that mental clarity that we need. The second reason that you should drink enough water every day is, I guess I should tell you how you know whether or not you have enough water. So this is a calculation I do for my clients, and the water is going to depend on how much you weigh. So that 64 ounces that I told you about, that used to be a good recommendation, doesn't apply to everyone. So if you have a lot more weight, then you need a lot more water, because you're going to have a lot more challenges and a lot more toxicity to get out of your body, and your kidneys and your livers need to work a little bit harder. So how do you calculate that? So if you weigh, whatever you weigh, divide that in half, and that's the number of ounces that you should drink. So if you weigh 100 pounds, then you should drink 50 ounces of water. So whatever your weight is, divide that in half. That's how many ounces of water you should drink every day. I did have one client tell me, I did really good on Monday when I drank my water really good on Monday and on Tuesday. But it's like it's an everyday instance that we need to do. Number two, it may promote weight loss. Yes, drinking enough water, having enough water in your system, because a lot of times we eat because we are hungry. We eat because we are hungry, not because we are thirsty. And if we're thirsty, then we really need to be um, making sure. Actually, if you're thirsty, then you're already dehydrated. So that you want to make sure that you're past, that you don't get to that point. So yes, I am seeing the ones come in as well. Wonderful. Good to see Doris Johnson Jasper. Mom is here. Thank you all for watching. Petrella is here. Brandy, very good. Yes, very good. Nice to see you all. And let me know if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook and or on Instagram. Just make sure you like this post. Make sure you like this broadcast for me, because that helps me share it with even more people. Okay, so number one is it may help increase your energy. And relieve fatigue. Number two is it promotes weight loss. And number three is drinking enough water is going to help you flush out toxins. Flushing out toxins is so very important, because every one of the of our detox organs, whether it's our skin, our kidneys, our liver, or our respiratory system, all of those need water in order to function properly. So it helps to flush out toxins. Also, it helps improve your complexion. See, I didn't put any makeup on because I don't wear makeup. Yeah, unless it's a special occasion most time. But anyway, yeah, it helps you have a decent complexion. So I turned 60 this year, and so I'm trying to keep a decent complexion. So that is another benefit of drinking water and drinking enough water daily. So number five, it helps maintain regularity. Regularity. Do we know what we mean by regularity? Regularity is having proper bowel movements, not just having our food decay inside of us and create toxins. And so we want to drink enough water so that we are regular. And I mean, I just want to, I want to share this with you. And also, it's just really important to know that sometimes that we try to do things, and what I want to help you do with the previously challenge and with the upcoming water challenge is to help you be successful at small measures. And that success can help propel you into greater wellness because you're seeing success along the way. And so each victory will help you some other to win. Okay. So that is why I am offering an invitation to you for the water challenge, because it is something that you can do. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to do it, and it has so many benefits. And so a lot of people will not understand why you're doing things and why you're making changes and why you're trying to make improvements in your life. And that's okay. That some people are going to misunderstand you, but never let how they feel about you change how you feel about you. Okay? Never let other people change your course, because it is so important. It's so important that you look, live, and feel well. So starting on Monday, we are going to start with the water challenge. So you know how to calculate. Take your weight, divide that in half, and that's how many ounces of water that we're going to be drinking on this challenge coming up. So I look forward to that. If you have questions, and just like the previous challenges, I'm going to make posts every day to help fugicate you and educate you on the knowledge so that you can have the power to move from your problems to your progress. And so thank you so much for watching today. We will see you on Monday for the water challenge. Make sure you get whatever you're drinking whether it's from a special bottle or another type of really fun container, whether you're drinking it out of a mug, whatever you're doing, get your water challenge ready so that you can be successful. So I really do appreciate you joining me. Thanks for joining on Instagram. Thank you for joining on Facebook. And thank you for joining on YouTube. This Plant-Based Penny. And we'll talk with you later. Catch the replay. Hello.